And good Friday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take the next 15 minutes and dive in depth to your 7-day forecast. And happy Halloween to you and your family. It looks like a great evening. Be safe out there. Temperatures will continue to fall. By 7 p.m. we should be in the mid 60s here in Beaumont and into the mid to upper 50s by 9 p.m. Again, be careful. Some of you may need light jackets by the end of this evening. Otherwise, beautiful sunset underway across Southeast Texas. We've had clear skies all day today, and humidity still very comfortable. And temperatures now at 69 in downtown Beaumont. Again, they'll be falling into the mid 60s over the next few minutes as the sun sets. The air is dry, so it quickly cools off at this in this type of weather scenario. Otherwise, this view courtesy of Packard LaPrey and the Roofing 911 Skycam Network. In your allergy report today, it's all about tree pollen. And finally, we're getting the weed pollen to come down a bit. Still moderate levels of ragweed, moderate levels of grass, and moderate levels of mold. So this is kind of an improvement since a couple days ago across our area. In weather headlines, looks like tomorrow we'll see afternoon and possibly evening showers. This is going to be light stuff as a front pushes through, and that will bring us a cool snap coming up early next week with chilly mornings and mild, dry afternoons, lots of sun and low humidity. And then as we head towards the second half of next week, towards Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll begin seeing higher moisture levels, a little more humidity, and high temperatures will rebound into the lower 80s, but still well below normal rainfall expected the next 7 days. So again, the big picture shows this front headed our way, and it will move through our area coming up late tomorrow. May not see much of anything up in the lakes area. It looks like this is going to be exceedingly light rainfall across Southeast Texas, and the best chances will be in through inland Southeast Texas and the Triangle. And again, it may be overdone on this. Otherwise, looks like 1/10 of an inch or even less than that. Some areas will probably not see rain coming up tomorrow as this front pushes through. So I wish I had better news as far as the rainfall, because it does not look like we're going to see significant rainfall over the next 7 days. And of course, that means that the drought will worsen. So yes, I do have a 50% coverage, but it's light stuff with east and then northeast winds. Skies will likely become mostly cloudy tomorrow afternoon, and we should see highs in the upper 60s. But once the rain starts, usually that will knock temperatures down, and that's what we think is going to happen as we head towards 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. I think this may be a little bit warm. Otherwise, about 50 is what I'm going for tomorrow morning here in Beaumont, and 68, 69 because of the clouds increasing across the area. Up in the lakes, mid 60s for highs tomorrow. And again, this may be generous. We may not see any rain up in the lakes area. I think we'll get down into the mid 40s in the lakes and into the mid 60s tomorrow. So I'm a little bit cooler on both the low and high temperature. And again, we just don't think that we're going to see much tomorrow up in the lakes area. Otherwise, this is not good news for the drought, as it will likely intensify over the next week. We're now down, as of today, 5.63 inches since September 1st. And now with severe drought level now materializing up for Votah and Saratoga, West Hardin County, and then moderate drought from southwest Tyler County, much of Hardin County, and West Jefferson, and parts of Liberty, and also Chambers County. This, again, will likely intensify over the next week across Southeast Texas. So the good news is that tomorrow we're not expecting much of an issue for wildfires across the area because of the clouds and the potential for rainfall and light winds are expected. So burn bans, the latest that I have is that Jasper County has canceled their burn ban. So all we're left with is Polk, Liberty, and back over towards Chambers County as far as burn bans. But again, with the drought likely intensifying, this is not good news. And the reason that this is all happening is because of La Nina. La Nina is the cool waters in the eastern Pacific. Well, that displaces the jet, both the polar and the subtropical jet, deflects them well off into Alaska and keeps most of the precipitation out of those Pacific storm systems coming our way. Also deflects most of the cold air off towards New England. So it looks like a warmer and also drier winter across Southeast Texas. So don't be thinking that this drought is going to go away anytime soon. I don't think that's going to be the case. Temperatures coming on down into the mid-60s for the most part under clear skies on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop. And again, we expect temperatures to come on down to in the mid-40s lakes and into the lower and middle 50s in the triangle. Temperatures are warmer than they were 24 hours ago as the core of that high begins to move away from our area. We'll start to see easterly winds developing, but still right now humidity levels are very low across southeast Texas. That's not a surprise. What we are going to watch is that moisture will be moving in tomorrow afternoon, but it's just not enough to give us any decent rainfall. These numbers, the higher the numbers, the more moisture in the atmosphere is. Notice how the numbers are lower up towards the lakes. That's drier air compared to the triangle, and that's just not a lot. So we don't expect any heavy rainfall tomorrow, and certainly may not see anything tomorrow. That's a possibility. Then, well, here we go. Very dry air mass moves back into our area. Notice on the legend, we go from a little bit of green back down to dark brown. So that is very dry atmosphere or air mass moving into our area Sunday and into Monday of next week. Otherwise, our next front is headed our way, and again, the clouds are starting to thicken up into the Texas Panhandle. And the core of the high is in through East Texas. It's going to be moving away, so we'll get more of an easterly wind as we head towards tomorrow. Then those winds will swing around to the northeast behind the front. And the front is waiting to be pushed to the south and east because of this disturbance up into the high plains, up towards Minnesota and South Dakota. This will head southwards. This is water vapor imagery. And notice where that air is coming from, Canada. That will head southwards and push the front through our area in the form of a trough of low pressure. This trough will cause a little bit of lift, and that may help squeeze out, and I mean squeeze out, some isolated or some very light rain coming up Saturday afternoon. But again, the flow is directly out of Canada. So some chilly mornings and mild afternoons are expected Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. So that will move east, and we'll see a nice cool down Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. Then high pressure aloft. Notice the ridge of high pressure over our area as we work on into midweek and into late next week. That will be over our area, and that means that we will see warming temperatures and moistening moisture values. So a little more humidity late next week, maybe a few more clouds, and also it means high pressure will warm us up, but it also means that no rain is expected, really any significant rainfall over the next 7 days. Otherwise, tonight we expect temperatures to keep on falling, and let's see what modeling has. The latest is 49. I'm going to go 45 up in the lakes area. I think it's just not cool enough. And about 50 is good in Beaumont. I like that in the lower 50s, low to mid 50s over towards Port Arthur, Mid-County. So again, the clouds will be thickening up. Look at the dry weather tomorrow morning. And then as we finish out the day, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. And as that front moves on in after about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, may scare up a few light sprinkles of rain over our area towards tomorrow evening. But again, notice the lack of it up in the lakes area. And once that front does come through and we get a little bit of rain, that'll knock temperatures down by 7 p.m. into the low to mid 60s if this is correct. Otherwise, on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at, well, mostly smooth to slightly choppy seas around 1 to 2 feet, and at east and northeast wind at 5 to 15 knots. And tomorrow is the last day of daylight saving time because it ends Sunday morning. 7:29 a.m. is sunrise, sunset at 6:28. So the problem is, the reason that we do this as far as falling back is because look at the sunrise, 7:29. It's dark at 7:29 in the morning. So with the hour back, that moves it to 6:29. So when you're headed off to work, you'll have sun rather than dark skies. But it also means that sunset will be a lot earlier in the afternoon across. Otherwise, so tonight we'll go with the mid-40s, low to mid-40s lakes under clear skies, and around 50 in the triangle to the lower and middle 50s, and very light winds may even becoming calm. If you're headed up towards the Lake San Rayburn tomorrow, it looks like mostly cloudy skies. Again, maybe a stretch here, may not get this 20% coverage. You saw May not see that much, and it looks like high temperatures mid-60s. So pretty good fishing forecast. It'll certainly turn colder up that way. And then tomorrow, mid and upper 60s ahead of the front. So skies becoming either partly sunny to mostly cloudy, light rain again. There may be a stretch up in the lakes, and a 30 to 40% coverage of very light rain here in inland southeast Texas. Again, inland southeast Texas is Hardin, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties. You have about a 30 to 40% coverage in the forecast tomorrow. But again, it's light, light, light. Then in the triangle, we'll go with a 40 to 50% coverage. High temperatures into the upper 60s, again with light, light rain tomorrow. So if you're just joining us, we expect low temperatures to be in the mid-40s in the lakes area and closer to 50 to the low and mid-50s here in the triangle. And looking pretty good for the trick-or-treaters. We expect temperatures to fall through the evening into the mid and upper 50s by 9 p.m. Again, some of them may need jackets this evening. And of course, Friday night football looking fantastic. Actually, nice to have weather that matches football for a change. Yeah, low to mid 60s as we head on in to kickoff at 7:30, I should say. And then by halftime, looking at the mid to upper 50s. And I'm giving a range because I'm trying to show that this is from the lakes area down to the triangle, okay? So we're giving a little more of a spread there. And then for the end of the game should be into the low 50s in the lakes, the mid 50s in the triangle. No rain, obviously clear skies and calm winds. So jackets, blankets, it's probably what you're going to need this evening. And Ken, don't forget to fall back at 2 a.m. Saturday morning. 2 a.m. becomes 1 a.m. Sunrise Sunday morning will be at 6:29 a.m., sunset at 5:27 p.m. And don't forget to change your batteries in your smoke detector. Otherwise, after Saturday, the front comes through and we will see those chilly mornings back into the 40s. Again, it looks like Monday morning will be the chilliest. Dry air mass, lower 70s Sunday and Monday with lots of sun, back up to the mid 70s on Tuesday. Then that high kind of builds over our area towards midweek, and that will start to allow southeasterly winds to return off the Gulf Thursday and Friday. So that will likely mean that those low temperatures keep warming up, and as they do, that means more moisture is moving into the atmosphere from the Gulf. So we may see partly cloudy and then partly cloudy to partly sunny skies coming up on Friday. This also means that the drought will worsen because we're not expecting any significant rainfall across southeast Texas as far as the next 7 days. And that's the very latest over the next 7 days. Denise, we're going to cut it short tonight since it's a Friday. I hope you and all of southeast Texas have a wonderful weekend. And thanks so much for watching 12 News Plus.